Hey everyone, it's Jenny. I'm back with another craft fair series video, and I just wanted to share with you some of the results that I had. So, well, actually, it's more for me, so that I know what to do next year if I decide to do more craft fairs. So, this is a lot of my leftover items. And I have a lot more, but I'm donating it to my mom's senior club on the things that I can't keep for next year, and that way they can make money and hopefully sell the rest of my inventory. So I'll just kind of go over some of these things and how they did, and I'll try to remember the ones that sold out, because I did have a few items that sold out. Okay, let's start with these girls. So I made two different wall hanging calendars. One is the hula girl and one is the kimono. I think I only sold a couple, and I think it was to my friend Ginger. Hi, Ginger. So they didn't do too well. I don't know if they were too big or what the problem was, or if they were too expensive. And I'll talk about the two different craft fairs that I did. One was Kaimuki High, and that one was the weekend after Thanksgiving, the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And then I just did one today, which was Mauna High School, which is the following weekend. So I've been here for the last 3 weekends, and not sure if I'm gonna do 2 big ones next year. But anyway, getting back to what I did. Anyway, so the rest are gonna go to my mom's club to try and sell and make money. Okay, so the next is my desktop calendars. So I made 2 different versions. Actually, I made 3 different versions. So one was sister stamps. So these are on those boards that I got from Japan, and I colored the sister stamps images, and they have the stand in the back. So I think I sold like maybe 2 of these today, and that was it. And I sold maybe 2 the following week, so not much. So I don't know if I'm gonna really make these again. If I do, it'll probably be more for orders only. So now I have a lot of these boards, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with them next time. These are the cheaper version. So I tried to make an item. It has, sorry, I'm showing you this because it has the same tabletop back stand. So it's good because it folds down, but it also will stand nicely on your desktop. Anyway, so these, I tried to make the price point affordable, so that if you want to give anyone a gift, like a small gift, you can, and it's functional, right? It's very practical because it's a calendar, and it won't cost you a whole lot. So anyway, so I make it the same size as an A2 size card, so that it's easier for me to cut down and, you know, and figure out all the measurements and everything. And then on a lot of them, I glued on these mizuhiki, these pre-made mizuhiki things that I get from Japan. And I have a lot, so that's why I decided to use some of them on the calendars. And again, I think I told you in the earlier videos that I tried to make calendars that were not all cute. So this was one of the versions I made, which is an Asian version or a Japanese version. I also tried to make some non-cute Hawaiian ones, and that didn't really sell too well. I did do some butterfly ones. I think those sold. And the rest of them were more cute. So, and I sold a lot of these. I did very well at the Kaimuki High School one with these. Today at Mauna Loa, I didn't sell as many, but I did sell some. So I think the price point was what everybody was looking for. These are the shaker ones. They were just $2 more than what these were. And I think I made about 100 of them, and I have a lot left. The non-cute Hawaiian ones did not do well. I hardly sold any. And a lot of my cute ones sold, and a lot of my Asian ones sold. So I would make these again for sure. And even these, I would make these again for sure. I think I made 75 of these, and I hardly have any of these left. So this is a really good sell for me. And they both have the same type of backing. So I like that because it's flat when you transport it, and so it just makes things a lot easier when it doesn't have that bulky stand. Okay, so anyway, so those are the 2 samples that I have. And then the new thing that I did this year, well, I did a lot of new things, but the other new thing I did this year was I found these calendars at Daiso. I actually got the small ones just right before the craft fair, so I made a bunch of the small ones, and then I had a bunch of the big ones, and these sold really well at the first craft fair, the Kaimuki one, so I got a few more, and then I sold not too many of the big ones, actually, at Moana. I don't even know if I sold any of the big ones. But I did sell a bunch of the small ones at Moana. So I guess it's hard when you have like a choice. But these I sold for 6, and these I sold for 5. But you get, I got a lot of them at Daiso, and I think I explained that, you know, in Daiso, some of them, it's printed on the plastic, so I wasn't able to use it, so I wasted a lot of them. But we did manage to find some that didn't, so I was able to make these. And I have a bunch left, but I started with 20. I don't even know how much I actually sold, but I did sell some of these. Then I did some candy. So I did the Hershey Nuggets in the purse. And these people really, really liked. But I don't think I really sold too much of it. I think people just don't like lollipops. They said that they were cute, but I don't know. People bought my other friend's candy stuff more, so I think I'm gonna let her stick with candy, and I'm not gonna do too much candy. What did sell out, so you don't see anything here, is my Doggy Treats. So I shared that in another video where I did like just milk bone and like the Oreo cookie looking ones, and those sold out. I think I made almost 40. I think the amount of stuff I bought, I could make about 40, and I sold out. So that was a really good seller. I guess people like to pamper their pets. They won't buy candy for their kids, but they'll buy pet treats for their dogs. So anyway, so that was a really good seller. I made these mini composition books with pen sets, and I just basically covered them with washi paper for the most part. I do have some that's covered in Hawaiian and some that's just regular, but they didn't sell that well this year. Last year I sold out. This year I have quite a few left, so that will probably carry over to my next craft fair. I forgot to include this in my calendars. This is the stepladder calendar that I do every year. I think I sold maybe like 2 out of both craft fairs, and I think they're both at Kaimuki. So I don't think that these are ever going to come back to my craft fairs. I think they're done. If I make these again, and I have quite a bit of these bases done, they will just be for gifts, because the ones that I end up finishing, I end up just giving it away to family and friends. So I think those are done. I'm not gonna spend my time making those again. This is a new item for this year. I made money holders because my friend Michelle, she was making a lot of gift card holders, and nowadays I give gift cards, but I actually give a lot more cash because it's easier. So I thought, okay, if she's gonna do gift card holders, maybe I'll just do money holders. And so the other year I had the money shakers, and I had leftover of that, and those actually sold this year. But I wanted to do something different, so this is the one I came up with. I shared that in one of the videos, where it has the belly band, and then it has a pocket for the cash. But what I did recently, I don't know if I shared it, but this is, maybe I did a video, I'm not sure. But this is the newest version I did, which it kind of reminds me of a purse, which I really like. And then I used one of my mizuhikis, because like I said, I have a ton of them. And I used, whatever washi paper scraps I could find enough to make these. And I really like it. Like, I want it. So I figure I'm going to just make them. And if they don't sell, then I'll just keep whatever's left, and then I can use it myself. So I do put a Velcro closure, and these did really well. So the Christmas ones did really well. That's all I had on the first craft fair. I think I brought almost 40, and I came back with like less than half. And then so I made some more, and I made some more of these Christmas ones, and I made a ton of these, and these almost sold out. I think I didn't know I had some left in the bin. So by the time I realized that I brought it out, it was late in the craft fair, but I think if I brought them out earlier, it probably would have sold. So I didn't charge that much. I'm probably not making any money off of it because of all the embellishments I put on it. Because washi paper and these music things are not cheap. But, you know, I just really like how it comes out, and I'm really happy with how it looks. So I'm not sure if I'll make them again because I don't know how cost effective it is. But what I was telling my mom is, like, I spent, you know, more time putting it on the back. But actually, if I'm going to make it look like a purse, I might just only put it on the front flap, like how I did here. Because I think that might look nice with a solid and then one washi, right? So anyway, I might change it a little bit for next year. Okay, next thing is my doggies. Okay, so these doggies were inspired by, you know, those, I think I mentioned this in another video, those floral arrangements that they do, and you can order them and they look like dogs. They look like these Maltese or Shih Tzu or whatever. And so I was inspired by that around Valentine's Day, and I did a bunch of videos with the projects that I did with the dogs, and I'd gone crazy, and I made a bunch of these dogs, and so I just had them pre-made, and I'm like, I'm gonna just add them to projects and see if it sells. And so I wasn't sure if I was even gonna bring them out because I only had a few of these jewelry box cases, and you know, a few of these other things, and so I'm like, oh, I don't want to put it out because I just don't have a lot of table space. And so I ended up, once things started selling out and I cleared off stuff off of my table, I brought these guys out, and the two I brought to the Kaimuki one sold. And then I had these clips, these doggy clips. I think I had 4, and now I only have 1. So those are gone. And then, what else did I have? Oh, I made this. So these, I had 4 of these containers, and I just added other embellishments and the dog. And I got these containers from Target and the Dollar Spot a long time ago, so I don't think you can get them anymore. But, the dogs, I think this is the last one that I have. So I had 4 of these cases. I have 1 left. I had 4 of these. I have 1 left. And I had 4 of these and I have 1 left. So I think my doggies are pretty good. So I might make more doggies for next year because I guess people just love their dogs. So I'm kind of happy about that because I didn't know how those would do. And then, oh, so I made more magnet sets because they sold out at Kaimuki, but I only sold like maybe 2 or 3 at Moanaloa. So I don't know. I guess Kaimuki likes it better. These were a bust. My mirrored compacts. I only sold a couple at Kaimuki, and only like nothing I think at Moanaloa, and I have a ton left. So I have to find a different venue to sell these at, I think, and I have a ton of them, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with those yet. This was also a mix and match with the magnet sets, and see, these are the Christmas clothespin sets, and these towards the end of Kaimuki I sold a bunch. So I maybe sold about half. I still have a bunch left, which I will try to repackage for next year. And these are my nail files. They actually sold really well before any of the craft fairs started, because my mom, she sold some to her friends, and I think that's it. So I still have about maybe half left of what I had originally brought. And so I made a variety. Yeah, like I had the girl, I had the fan, and then I had some bling ones. So you never know, yeah, like what people are gonna want. And so okay, so these are just some of my thoughts of what I observed from the two. So last year we did kaimaki, and this year we did kaimaki. We had a different booth, so I don't know if that made any difference. I have a feeling it did. I didn't like the sun at kaimaki because as it became later in the day, the sun kind of took over our booth, and all of our candy, it wasn't ruined because we moved it, but it was just a hassle because we had to keep moving everything, so I didn't like that. But also, what was I gonna say about kaimaki? I actually did really well. A lot of people bought a lot of my stuff there. I did have a huge inventory this year because I wasn't sure how it was gonna be for both craft fairs, so I think I overdid it, which is okay because at least now I know like what how to better prepare myself for it. I learned that I think kaimaki was better for me than Mauna Loa. Overall, I feel like those who went to kaimaki were willing to buy more gifts and spend more on a gift than at Mauna Loa. I felt like at Mauna Loa, people would only buy things that were cheaper in price. They were interested in a lot of candy items, which I don't like to normally make. And once things were discounted, I think they sold better. A lot of people mentioned to us at the Mauna Loa one, which I guess is the ones that they're looking for the candy, that they wish they saw us before all of their holiday parties, because then they would have wanted, oh, see my toe, they would have wanted holiday party, like, you know, like these favors like at each table of all the parties they're gonna go to. So Michelle gave them her information and they can contact her to fill orders. I don't really want to do too much orders because it really will depend on what my schedule's gonna be like, and I don't want to make promises. So I will leave that up to Michelle to do. Sorry, Kiwi's tired. But yeah, it was definitely a learning experience. Both craft fairs had really good traffic in terms of foot traffic, but I think overall, like I said, I think overall for me, Kaimaki was a lot better for me in terms of the people that attended and who were interested in my stuff, versus Mauna Loa. I don't think that they were as interested in the things that I had to offer. Oh, another one that I didn't bring out was my Santa mailboxes. I was super disappointed in those because I liked them a lot. I did really well in Hilo selling those, but I sold one, maybe two, one to my friend, and the rest I didn't. I mean, I had them out on the table. People really liked them. I got a lot of compliments on them, but nobody bought any. So I'm not making those again because I still have a lot that I gotta get rid of now. So I'm trying to figure out where I can get rid of them. But anyway, overall, that is how I did. And I just wanted to kind of document what did well and what didn't. Oh, I know what else sold out. I had these shaker notebooks that I got, the bases from Daiso, and I mentioned that in that video that they were kind of foiled backgrounds already, and I just added the shaker on it, and those, I think I sold maybe about half at Kaimaki and the other half at Mauna Loa, and Mauna Loa people were asking me for more, but I didn't have any more. So that kind of made me sad because I knew that those would do well, but I just couldn't get any more of the notebooks. And then the other thing that sold out, and I only had 3, was those, I had those mini mason jar snowmen that I added the Hershey nugget. I had leftover Hershey nuggets. So I covered those and I added that into the containers. And one lady came and bought all three. So that, not that I would do that again, but I just did it because I had the stuff to make it. So overall, like I said, I think I did pretty well. I don't know that I would do Mauna Loa again, personally. Because like I don't know, you gotta keep this in mind too. Like, we live on another island. We live on the big island. And for us to come and do a Oahu craft fair, we have to pay for our airfare. We're lucky that my mom lets me stay here for free. And we usually rent a car. For Kaimuki, we did rent a car. It was junk. It was too small. We should have got a van, but we couldn't get vans that weekend for some reason. And then when we went to Mauna Loa, my auntie let me use her car because just so happened she went on her trip, so she said I could use her SUV. So I would have normally had to pay for a rental car for this weekend as well. So if you think of all of that, plus all of our how much everything costs to make it, I don't think it was really worth it to do these two. So I told Michelle we probably need to do like 2 on the same weekend to make it worth it. But I don't know. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. So anyway, when I'm like being crazy and thinking, oh yeah, let's do like 5, I'm gonna watch this video again and try to remember exactly what I went through for this one. And this one wasn't that bad. It's just that for the amount that we made, and I'm realistic too. When you do paper, you just can't make a lot of money. Like, I'm sorry, paper crafters, but people think that our supplies are free basically, so they don't want to pay a whole lot of money for anything for paper. I saw people selling handmade cards for $1, and it made me sad that that's all we can get for our craft. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet, but I still like crafting and I still like making these things, so I probably will continue to do it, but probably not as many, probably just one. And then if people want to order like my leftovers, then that's fine too. But this year I just decided to give it to my mom so that she kind of thank her too, but also so she can give it to her senior club and they can try and make some extra money for their club. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed watching this. It's probably boring because I was just rambling, sorry. But maybe it'll give you an idea of what worked for me, and maybe it totally would be different for you. Like, maybe the things that I didn't do well in, you'll do well in, or things that I didn't do well in, you would totally do well in. So I think it's just luck of the draw of timing of when people come to your booth and what they're looking for and all of that. So people did ask us if we're gonna come back next year, so I guess that means they like our stuff, right? But yeah, you just never know what people are gonna want to buy. So anyway, I will talk to you guys in the next video, probably in 2020, because I don't know if I'll be making any more videos anytime soon. Well, if not, then you guys have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye.